There's so much different examples of that power. See if we can find some. Hold on, just a minute. All right. Bear me just a minute. There was great miracles being done. I'm just looking for an account in Peter. Right. So lucky about this. There was great miracles being done. I can't find it, so I go to something else. Again, go to this, Mark 5, and they came over the other side of what the sea into the country of Gadarenes. And when it was come out of the ship, right? Immediately, key thing, immediately, right? They met him, right? Out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit. Met who? Yahawashi. This individual, he was in the tombs, he was laying in the tombs, right? And it's an unclean spirit. So, because to be around the tombs, to be around dead bodies, what's that? That's unclean spirits there, right? And it says, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains. So he was very vexated, right? He could not be bound, right? He could not be tied down. No man could tame him, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains had been plucked asunder by him, and fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him, control him. So that's how strong the demons that were on him. He could not be tamed. So it shows you, when someone has superhuman strength, that can also be what? A demon controlling him, right? And it says, and he was breaking these chains in pieces. That's how strong he was. That's superpower. And that's why when you have some of these Shaolin monks, a lot of them do that, break this stuff on their arms and all that. A lot of they do that on the left hand side. They're summoning what? Demonic energy. They're actually doing that by unclean spirits. Right? Believe it or not. Okay. And it says, and always night and day he was in the mountains, the mountain regions, right? And it says, and in the tombs crying and cutting himself with stones. He was inflicting himself self-harm with stones, right? So that was a demon that was on him to self-inflict his skin, right? And it says, but when he saw Yahawashi afar off, he ran and worshipped him. So as soon as he saw Yahawashi, he ran immediately, because them spirits know them righteous spirits. Them spirits know the righteous spirit of Yahawashi, right? And it says worship him. So even them demons worship the righteous spirit of Yahawashi, right? Them spirits worship the spirit of Yahawashi. Okay? And she was going cutting himself with stones and cried with a loud voice and said, what I have to do with thee? Okay? So them demons were panicking. With thee, Yahawashi the Son. So them demons knew who Yahawashi was, of the Most High. I adjure thee by the power that thou torment me not. So them spirits, they didn't want to be tormented by Yahawashi, because they knew who Yahawashi was, right? And what? He's the prince. He's the what? Prince of all what? Panities. He controls the spirits, right? And it says, for he said unto him, come out to the man, the unclean spirits, right? So he demanded. He wasn't in that weak, timid spirit. And even brothers, when you come to the camp, there's a particular spirit you were gonna have. You're gonna have an authoritative spirit, right? And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. it says we are many. So you even got it in camps. But white men, you look, it's so obvious, it's clear. You got men within camps, but they got spirits on them. For we are many. So yes, you have legion, even among these camps. Right? But it's for a righteous spirit to rebuke everyone around you. But again, you have that respect of person spirit. So if you have a respect of person spirit, guess what that means? None of them spirits are going to be getting rebuked. You're all going to be coming together, and that's what a legion of demons, right? And the legion's about what, 4,000 to 7,000, right? And it says, right? And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. So the demons were besieging, begging Yahawashi that they send them just not away out to anywhere, right? Now there was a night on the mountains, a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine that we may enter into them. So then demons were what? Being called, were entered into the swine, right? The pigs. So they were asking permission. So the demons even have to ask permission by Yahawashi, right? Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. So this shows you also, these spirits, yes, they enter into vessels, that we may enter into them, and forthwith Yahawashi gave them leave, charge. And unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and there are about 2,000, right? And were choked in the sea. So what? Them spirits went out as were commanded and went straight into the pigs, right? Them spirits went straight into the pigs of swine. And swine, it's interesting that they were commanded to go into the swine. Why? Because swine are naturally unclean. Naturally. So them spirits, they wanted to inhabit an unclean vessel anyway. That's how them spirits are. They want to inhabit unclean vessels. And that's why we do seek to keep our vessels and our minds clean. And also what, our flesh, because demons also, they like what? Uncleanness. Excuse me. Right? And they that had fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to the sea to see what was done, and they come to Yahawashi and see him that was possessed, controlled, right, with the red devil, and had legion sitting and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. So he was clothed and he was in his right mind, and the people that saw it, they were afraid, greatly afraid. Okay, and you know what's so spiritual? Why were they afraid? Because they had particular spirits as well, and that's why shortly he was commanded to get out of that town, get out of that city. And they that saw it told them how it befell them that were possessed, right, with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray to him to depart out of their coast. Remember, because you know most of the people in this world, they're comfortable with them demons. They're comfortable with them. So that's why they were praying that he should leave. Oh, Yahawashi, please, Baba Kasha, please leave. Please leave, because they're them spirits. Right? See, Yahawashi has control over all these things. Okay? And they began to pray him to the part of their coast. And when he was coming into the ship, he that had been deemed possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with him. Right? In other words, might dwell with him, the man that was healed. How about Yahawashi suffered him not, but said unto him, go home to thy friends. So in other words, nah. See, you wasn't called to, you know, be a part of that, you know. You go back. You go back to your home. Just do what you're doing. You're healed, just go back. Don't follow me. Right? And tell them how great things the Lord Yahawashi have done for thee. Right? Tell them of the healings, the miracles, right, that are done for you. Okay? In other words, and it's still kind of good because it's kind of like, when you're thinking about it, still spread the gospel. So that's still kind of like spreading the gospel. You're still doing the Lord's work. Tell them of what Yahawashi has done for me. Right? And how, bear me a minute, and how had compassion on deed. And he departed and began to publish in Decapolis. This was a Greek city. How great things Yahawashi had done for him, and all men did marvel, were surprised. So it's going to be the same thing again today. You have brothers that have that power. So again, and sometimes it will get irritating. You have people that go out of their way, yeah, to stand right next to you. You have people that go out of their way just so they can stand right next to you. Or maybe touch a part of your clothing. Yeah, it is irritating, but guess what? You got to say, well, why is that happening? Right? Because you have another spirit on you. You have the spirit of Yahawashi upon you. So they want a part of you. Right? They can feel that vibration. And some demons, they hate it. That's why they try to quench that vibration. Right? So, just like Yahawashi done, you're going to do great things. Let's go to John 14. We're going to shut off soon. Because we've got a busy day. John 14. John 14, let's go straight to 11. Believe me, I am in the Father and the Father in me. So do you believe that Yahawashi is in the Father speaks through him? Right? And him in the Father? Right? And it says, and whatsoever you shall ask in my name when I do, that your Father may be glorified in the Son. Whatsoever you may ask, anything. Right? If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. I'm moving too fast. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is, verse 12. Verily I say unto you, he that believe on me, that the works that I do, he shall do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So all the works that Yahawashi was doing, right? He said we're going to do even greater. Okay? Even greater works. So guess what? You can't get any better than that. Right? So get used to them spiritual powers. Things are going to happen. People are going to be healed. People are going to be healed on camera. People are going to be healed on camera. You're not going to be able to even deny it. Right? So with this lesson, I hope this is edifying. And until the next time, Shalom to the hopeful elect across the globe. Shalom.